I'm Selna Kim, America's face of dating, and today we're going to be talking about how this guy, he has a crush on this girl, and she's a big family friend, and he said that he's also Muslim, so it's actually harder for him to, I guess, flirt with her, and like, he wants to know really what route he should take to really make this girl his. And so he has a few like limiting beliefs in this email that we're going to make aware of him so he can actually fix those, because if you don't take action, because he's like, well, I can't really flirt with her because we're family friends and everything. And I'm like, well, if you don't do anything, then nothing's going to happen. So it's like, if you want something, it's part of, it doesn't matter if you're Muslim or what really religion or race or culture you're really from, because as a man, like, it's naturally hardwired in men that you have to go for what you want in life. Okay? Bottom line, you have to go for what you want in life. And if you don't make a move somehow to actually go for what you want, then you're probably going to hate yourself for the rest of your life, because you're like, man, what if? Like, what if I made that move? What if it actually worked? And so it's like in life, you have to make tough decisions where it's like, yeah, I could potentially lose somebody, but if I also don't go for it, then it's for sure not going to happen. So part of being a man is that you have to take risks. You have to go for what you want, but you have to do it very strategically to set yourself up for the best chance of actually making it happen. And so we're going to go through his question here, and his name is Bari. And I really loved his question, actually. It was very, very well explained. It was very, very well, it was just easy to understand. Like, I could really feel, he seems very wise for his age. He says he's 17 years old, and, I appreciate what he said in this message, actually. And so he says, hey, man, I recently got your book a week ago, and I'm in love with it. Halfway through. I'm 17, by the way. Right there, baby. But I help people from all over the globe that are different have different cultural backgrounds. That some people live in Australia. That some people live in obviously, like, where you're living at. And they live all over the world with different religious backgrounds, ethnicities, cultures. And that's what I love about my work, is that I can help people from right here, from all over the globe. In the situation that they're in, and that's what I really love about what I do. And that's what makes me inspired to wake up early in the morning and just go as hard as I fucking can every single day. But he says, I've read The Game, How to Win Friends and Influence People, and the other books of that nature for background information. Those are really good books. The first book I actually read about Game was actually The Game. And so I love the book. I love, I even talk about in my book, I was like, Neil Strauss inspired my writing. He's a really good writer. And I was like, I want to write a book. And so I wrote one about my experience with club promoting and everything else. And honestly, like, I think this book, Waking the Core of Man, and The Game, they're the top in the industry. I don't give a fuck what anyone else says. Like, they are unrivaled, compared to every other dating book in the world. And that's my opinion. Of course I'm biased because I wrote my book, but I think it's fucking amazing. I think if anyone reads my book, it's going to change their life dramatically. And so that's just my opinion. So I let the people really decide for me. Go look at the reviews on Amazon. It's like a fucking waterfall of just like, this book is fucking amazing. It will change your life. And so, all I can really do is just show up and add as much value as I possibly can, and then let you guys do the decision making. But he says, so here's my dilemma. I'm a brown Muslim. In our custom, it is wrong to have a girlfriend or date or flirt. And some background info, but I bet you already knew this. And I'm family friends with this one girl, and I actually do know about that background information. I actually have a friend from where you're at. He's Muslim, and his name is Naif, and he's a really, really cool. He's very, very intelligent. He's very, very smart. And I'm actually supposed to go to Dubai with him. He actually messaged me. He's like, hey, man, we can just fly over to Dubai if you want and go visit there. I was like, I might come visit him. He's a really cool guy, and I love that culture, and I love the way you guys cook. And I gotta hit him up, actually. I haven't hit him up in a while, and so I'm gonna hit him up and just see how he's doing. Actually go to Dubai with him. But I love the culture, man. Like, the people over there are very, very nice. They're very, very kind, and I respect that. And I do understand that, it's difficult with like the family, with like the relationship and love. It's very difficult in that setting. But he says, our families knew each other for our entire lives, and she's a freshman and I'm a senior. I'm trying to figure out if she likes me or what she thinks I am, and whatever the answer to that is, make her like me. And here's the thing to that is, like, women, they don't control who they find attractive, okay? I think that's what somebody, God, who was his name? Some pickup artist. He says that attraction is not a choice. And that's something I agree with. It's like when women on the street, they see you and they're just like, damn, that guy's hot. Like, I want that guy. They can't control that. It's just what makes them click. And that's what makes, women have different tastes, right? And so, like, here's the thing is that you do have something going, though. Girls tend to like to date older men. And there's a reason for that is because you said that she's a freshman and you're a senior. It's just like women, they like to date older men. Why is that? It's because older men tend to have their shit together more. There's plenty of men out there that are older and they don't have their shit together, but on average, it's like older men, when you're younger, they tend to be more mature. They tend to be more understanding. They tend to be more open. They tend to have their shit together more often than not. And that's why you see women commonly dating men who tend to be like 3, 4, 5, even 10 years older than them. And that's not a coincidence, but you don't necessarily make her like you. Something I heard once that I actually really liked the concept of it is that attraction tends to be revealed over time, right? And so as you get to know each other more, as you're flirting with her more, bantering with her more, attraction tends to be uncovered, let's say, and then shown to you more and more. But it was already there to begin with. It's just being revealed slowly over time, right? But most guys, they fuck up because they talk her out of liking him by being too clingy, too weird, creepy, and needy. And so it's like then the attraction gets more covered up over time when he tends to be more clingy and needy. It's like her walls are coming up because she's like, oh God, like this guy's way too needy and clingy. But he says, we went on a cruise once when I was in 5th grade, and she was in 2nd grade, and she always was by me and touching me or flirting with me. I think it was her feelings were developing, but not known due to age. And when I hang out now, she would compliment my hair, tease me, and touch me. I reciprocate it now, but I feel like she friend-zoned me now, or she lost feelings. Listen, it's like earlier in this paragraph, you were talking about how it's against your culture to flirt with somebody. Okay, well, this girl's clearly flirting with you, right? And so it's like, if she's teasing you, if she's touching you, if she's complimenting you, especially if she's touching you, dude, girls, they don't touch a guy that they don't like, that they don't find attractive. This girl is clearly interested in you. And it's like, you're talking about how like, oh, I can't flirt with her because it's against my cultural background. I understand that. But also it's like, she's flirting with you. So it's like, what are you going to do? Is just sit there and be weird? Like, no, come on. Like, you're going to flirt back, of course. Like, you better banter back with her. You better whip out some of my lines that you talk about. It's just like, you can use like, but he says, I reciprocate it now, but I feel like she friend-zoned me now, or she lost feelings. So what is it, bro? You said that you reciprocate the flirting, but earlier you said you can't flirt. And so it's like, humans, I'm busting your balls a little bit because humans, they tend to run on emotion, right? Not logic and reasoning. Your family's like, oh, you can't flirt with her. You can't flirt with anybody because it's against the rules. But it's like, you do what you want because humans are naturally emotional creatures. I don't care if you have a friend or somebody who's like, I'm the most logical person, blah, blah, blah. People, they run on emotion, okay? And that's just fucking fact. That's just stats right there. People, they run on emotion. Most people, you don't buy stuff because you logically want it or you need it. It's because you like it and you want it, so you buy it, right? People run on emotion. And so when she's flirting with you, you're reciprocating it because, like, even though your family said no, you're still going to do it anyway, right? Because that's what you want to do. But you can use your family and hers to your advantage. It's like, if they see you guys talking or like flirting a little bit and they see the way that she's reacting to you, then your family might be like, oh, like, to the girl's family, they'd be like, well, like, what do you, like, do you think that she thinks he's cute? Like, what do you think about them? Like, what would happen if they were like a good couple together? What do you think about that? And your family might be like, something to consider, like maybe he's like a little older, but maybe like if she gets older, maybe, like let your family do the talking for you. It's like all you can really do is show up and be the best you can and flirt with her and let everything else take care of itself, right? And it's like, let's see here. And it's like they might tease you in front of her, right? They might tease you, like the family might be like, oh, like, are you flirting with her and stuff like that? Like you probably have like a little crush on her, don't you? And you could be like, like, she talks about like all the time that like she wants to marry me, but I'm just like, listen, like you're just like too young for me. Like we can't, you know, like she's amazing. Like you have a great daughter, but it's just like I just, you know, like we're best friends. Like we can't do that, you know. And she's gonna be like, I don't say that, blah blah blah. I'm like, that's flirting right there. But like it's almost come off in a way where it's just fun. It's just free flowing. But he says, I'm lost on what to do now or how to go about doing it. I can't really use your phenomenal lines because it would be really weird doing it like that with her. Why? You literally just talking about how you've reciprocated and flirted with her. Due to both of us being Muslim and her parents being strict on hanging out with guys, that's understandable. Her parents should be strict on her hanging out with guys because it's like, you know, she's young, she's a freshman in high school, she's probably not very like experienced or has like much knowledge on the topic, you know, so it's like they should be a little strict on like what she's doing, especially if she's young. She's what, like 16 or something like that, like 15 maybe, 14? It's like she's still young, you know? So I have to be really subtle when I see her with our group friends. You don't really have to be like, I mean, you could be like indirect about it. You know, I'd be more indirect, not subtle about it. Because it's like, why are you trying to hide your feelings for this girl? It's like, at the end of the day, you said that you want her. Why do you have to be subtle? Like, I think you should be more indirect, but I don't know if you should necessarily hide your emotions for this girl because it's like you like her. You know, you find her attractive. Why are you trying to hide that? What's wrong with that? That's natural. That's a natural part of human beings is that, yes, she's a girl. She's cute. You're going to find her attractive. It's just like, I understand her parents, like they're being strict on her hanging out with like guys. She's probably 14, you know, 14 or 15. You said she's a freshman. It's like she probably doesn't have that experience yet. It's like, yeah, like I'd be strict too if I had a daughter that was 14 years old. I'd be like, yeah, I don't really want you hanging out with guys or going on dates like that. She's 14. You know, like she needs to grow up a little bit. She's still young. She's still pure. And it's like, but I wouldn't know. I don't think you should be subtle about it. I think that you should be more indirect. I think you should be more indirectly flirting with her, you know, and just really see where her attraction for you is. But at the end of the day, I think you're overthinking it. It's because girls, they like to be flirted with in the right way, though. And it's like when you're sitting here talking about, like, you know, I don't know if I can flirt with her. Like, I don't know if I can do this and that. You're overthinking it because if you start thinking, like, oh, I can't flirt with her, then everything you say is going to come off as weird. It's like commit to one path. Be like, do you want her or are you going to be friends with her? Which, you know, commit to one thing here. You can't be both, right? Commit to be like, you know what, I'm going to flirt with her. I'm going to flirt with her and that's fucking final. Or be like, you know what, I'm just going to be friends with her and that's fine. I don't think you're going to do that path though. I think that you want to flirt with her. You want her to be yours. And so, but like I said, girls, they want to be flirted with, right? That fulfills our human need to feel special, to feel wanted when somebody comes up and flirts with you, but in the right way, right? It's like, I wouldn't go up to her and be like, oh my God, like you're the most beautiful girl I've ever seen in my life. Like, I wouldn't do that. That's way too direct. I'd be more like indirect with her. Like when she touches you, I'm like, God, you can't keep your hands off me. You know, I'm like, you gotta stop it. You know, physical touch is my love language. Like it makes me go crazy. Like you gotta stop doing that, right? And then be like, God, like I'd kiss you right now, but you just don't deserve that. And she'd be like, why don't I deserve it? If she says, why don't I deserve it? She's interested in you, right? And so it's like, that's the kind of flirting that you want to do with her. Like you want to be indirect. Like they don't know where you stand. They don't know where your feelings are with her. That's where you want to be. Like I said, I think you're overthinking it. I think that you're like, oh, I don't know if I can flirt with her. I don't like, my family's going to think this, blah, blah, blah. Don't worry about what they're going to think of you. Okay? Just have fun. Flirt with her, okay? Indirectly, though. Like, don't piss off the family. Don't be so fucking weird where you piss off the family. Like, you still want to be friends with them. But, like, answer with her. Have fun with her. Show up with her and have fun. Like, give her the time of her life. Talk to her. That's what you got to do with her. Because here's the thing, like, look at the pros and cons of this, okay? You said that you want to be subtle. Like, you want to be subtle, whatever that means. But if you're subtle and you don't make any move, you're going this way. Let's say you're going left on the path 2. You're just like, I'm going to be subtle with her. I'm not going to flirt with her. Nothing's going to happen. Nothing at all is going to happen. Instead, if you flirt with her a little bit, if you're indirectly, if you're kind of like showing interest, like through like an indirect kind of way, then she's gonna catch the hint that you like her. She's gonna flirt back with you if she's interested in you. She's gonna tease you back. And you know, if she's sitting there quiet and shy, be like, oh my gosh, like why are you so shy right now? Like, open up, like talk to me. Like you don't get, like I know I fluster you, okay? I know I fluster you, but come on, like, you know, it's just me. Like you don't have to act like this around me. Like flirt with her, banter with her, and if she banters back with you, she's interested in you. And that's of course, like, you don't want to be so direct around like a group of people. Like, if you're talking to her like one-on-one, like I would try to isolate her, be like, hey, like, let's go, like, I gotta show you this really quick, like, take her to the kitchen, like, get a drink and just like talk to her at the countertop or something like that. You probably can't have her in your bedroom, right? That'd probably be pretty weird. But like, that's what you want to do, because like, if you don't flirt with her, at least indirectly, nothing's gonna happen. Okay, nothing's gonna happen, and you're gonna live your life and be like, what if, like, what if this, what if that? She's gonna get another boyfriend and bring this other boy over to your family gatherings, and you're gonna be fucking jealous. Like, flirt with her, dude. Like, at least give it a shot. That's all I gotta say is, like, at least give it a shot. Like, flirt with her. Give her some minor tests I talk about in my book and my AMP installment or on the other videos, where it's like, you can see if she's attracted to you. That's what you want to do right there. And then the way that she reacts to you is going to tell you if she's attracted to you, okay? The way that you flirt with her is going to tell her if she's attracted to you, and then you simply escalate it from there, and then get her out on a date. And that's really about it right there. But then he says, by the way, you got some really good life advice in your book. Changing me, man, LOL, literally, subconsciously. I was texting and talking to some girls, and they just came out of my mouth. Why is that something you would say? I told you, man, like, if you read my book right here, if you read this book, like, it will change your life, okay? Like, it's like almost like it tattoos to your brain, to where it's like whenever you're talking to somebody, it just literally just like, it just comes out of your mouth. Like, the wittiness, like, it's just beautiful. Like, if you talk to any girl like that, like I said, that's how I want you to talk to this girl. It doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that you want her, right? You're just talking to her, you're just having fun, you're just bantering with her. It doesn't mean you want her. Like, you let her take care of that. All you can really do, should be your one focus right here now, Bari. I think her name's Bari, is that when you see her, you should make her have just this rush of good emotion with you. Like, you should make her laugh, you should make her have fun with you, you should make her feel just like those emotions of desire for you. Like, make her chase you, like, have fun. Talk about the stuff I do with my book, the cold reads, like, the games I play. Like, that's what you should be doing with her. Give her the time of her life, and let her take care of the rest. Because then she's going to try to talk to you over Snapchat or like texting more. And then you should get her out and be like, hey, I'm going here with like some friends. Like, you want to come with? Take them all out. Take them all out together, and then have fun. Like, isolate her and then talk to her there. That's what you want to do, because if you guys are family friends, you can get a group together, get them to get a group, and just go out together and do something fun together. That's what you want to do. And then isolate her and then talk to her and flirt with her one-on-one. That's all you got to do, man. Because let her take care of the rest for you. Let her take care of the absolute rest. But then he says, just finish your book. You don't have to answer me, because I guess it was like 2 weeks after, because I get so many emails, man. I get so many emails and DMs and like in questions to get answered, man. Like, and the reason I chose yours, because yours was good, man. Like, you had a really, really good, I understood it perfectly. So thank you for a great, inspiring email here, or DM. But he says, just finish your book. You don't have to answer to me about this, but if you don't want to. But what happened with London? And so, I actually get that question quite often, actually, in my DMs. And here's the thing, like, with that, is that if you haven't read the book, I don't want to spoil it for you. Okay, I know there's some people on this channel that are watching, they're like, man, what's he talking about here? It's something in this book. It's a cliffhanger that I leave at the very end. Oh, if you've read the book, only you would know. So, like, if you've read the book, you know exactly what he's asking here. What happened with me in London, okay? Here's my answer for that, is that I'm going to write another book. Okay, I'm in the process of actually planning it, because I want to actually make one about being witty and romancing, and really just like a sequel to this book. And so I don't know when I'm going to have it out yet. I'm still recording the audiobook for this one, but I plan on doing that. And I'm probably going to include what happened between us in the next book. And so that's just a little mysterious answer for you. I want to leave you in anticipation, okay, bro? Because I don't want to just like give it to you like that. I want you to like actually think about it, like, what happened, like what's going on now. And so, anyways, I guess I'll see you in the next book, right? But if you have not read the book yet, you really need to hop into it and read that book. It's going to change your life. Listen to what he said about it. You know, he's like, literally, like, it's amazing. Loved it. If you also want more, you can jump into my AMP installment, which is a private course where you get a lot of my more advanced work. There's actually a free trial going on right now too. And also, if you haven't read the book, there's actually a free couple chapter PDF on my website if you sign up for the free coaching email newsletter. It's just totally free. It's not going to hurt anything. And so if you want to work with me one-on-one, by the way, you can go to my Instagram or go to my email and then tell me that you want to work with me one-on-one, or that you need help and you want to work with me. And I'll see if I have time, and also if I can fit you in my schedule, and also if you qualify. And so I'm Selna Kim. And on that note, I will see you next time.